Hey, the other big news. We've got some huge news that we want to announce. We have a Lemmy instance.
Yay!
So
we have everything, right? Like we've been out on the internet for a while, and we have like an everything. But now we have a Lemmy. Yeah.
So that's the other thing that's kept me busy. Sysadmining the Lemmy instance up. It wasn't too bad, really, honestly, because the Lemmy folks, they got a great little Ansible playbook that you can run. You go in, you set all your variables for your host name and all that jazz. You set all that, and then you run the playbook, and it'll deploy it on your VPS or home server, whatever you got. And so I did that, and that worked pretty slick. And I've even updated it twice since I installed. So and both of those have gone pretty well too. So that's what we got. So if you don't know what Lemmy is like a alternative to Reddit, basically an aggregator of feeds that you can get. And obviously this episode right here will end up in the episode channel.
So if you think back a little while ago, I don't know if you've used Reddit, you might have heard about all of the Reddit API changes that were happening while we were on break. See, all kinds of stuff happened while we were on break. I think this whole entire show is going to be just a recap of all the junk that happened while we were on break.
Well, we said that.
Yeah, right. So Reddit did this thing a lot like Twitter. So Twitter, maybe a year ago or whatever, killed their API, their public API, so you can't just go scraping it. And like things like Cawbird now don't work. So you have to use the official Twitter website or the official Twitter app to be able to access it. Well, Reddit decided to do the exact same thing, which meant that Bacon Reader and Apollo and all of the phone apps that people grew to love and use no longer work after June 30th. I think July 1st was the first day with no public API access.
But even worse than that, though, what that also took away were some of the moderator tools. Yeah, they kept the place clean, though. They kept the community nice and clean.
It's like the Twitter thing, but worse, because it made it. Yes, with the Reddit app, you have to consume the ads and all that stuff, and I mean that's arguable whether or not that's good or bad, right? But this really kind of hamstrung the community because the community polices the community in Reddit. So it's a much different dynamic and caused a bit of havoc. And so there was like subreddit blackouts where you just couldn't get content, and that meant that like Google search results that brought up Reddit as the answer to your query, some of those just didn't work for a while. They do now, but anyway, Lemmy has been around for a little while, but Lemmy, as Mastodon did when Twitter had a lot of their kerfuffles.
At least the first time.
Yeah, Lemmy has gotten a whole lot of traffic because of it. So we decided, why not? Let's go do Lemmy too. But the cool thing about Lemmy is that we can self-host it, and ours lives at lemmy.linuxuserspace.show. So if you already have a Lemmy account, we have 3 communities, one for news. That's basically just a constant deluge of news, Linux adjacent news directly to your face. You can also get this in Discord. You can also get this at Reddit. But I don't know, man. Lemmy has a different feel, and I like it.
Yeah.
We have the episodes feed, which is separate. And so if you just want to know about new episodes, you can sub to that community. And then we have the forum, which is, instead of making a forum that we'd have to self-host anyway, why not just do that in Lemmy, where lots of like-minded folks are ending up anyway?
We hope you can stick some feedback in that open forum, and maybe we can have a little conversation. Maybe bring some of those topics back here to the show.
Lemmy, go get all of your cool stuff in Lemmy.
Yeah, absolutely. We look forward to seeing you there. Look forward to seeing some of the topics that you bring. And hopefully you can follow along on the episodes.
And it's federated. So apparently, like, I don't know how this works, but
yeah, you can totally follow on other things. Like, so if you wanted to follow on Mastodon, that works pretty good, I think. Some of the other ActivityPub things don't work as well from what I know, but some of them work pretty good. So Mastodon is one that if you wanted to follow along and not necessarily join Lemmy, you could.
But that is really cool, though. I like this whole federated thing, that you don't always have to have an account on the thing that you want to use, as long as you have some account somewhere on the Fediverse that that you can interact with.
Right.
And that's just fantastic, man. I really people say it all the time, especially nerds, but it's like, it's internet the way it used to be. And with a whole lot of extra bells and whistles to it, man.
It kind of is. So it's like we got our own BBS and you can dial in and check out our stuff.
Yes, as long as you've got some kind of account somewhere on the Fediverse, you can consume all that news content. Yeah, because we don't actually post like the Lemmy news on Mastodon. Like, I feel like that would clutter up what we do try to say on Mastodon.
Right. No, I agree. It'd be a lot. It would be too much.
Yeah, exactly. So, man, it's just a really cool. I just like it. Yep. I like all the stuff. It's super cool. So come join us on Fediverse something. We got all the Fediverse's things.
Absolutely.
So